For the past several years, during the turn from summer to fall, Märklin and Trix have continued to present the coveted surprise model in half-O scale as a completely new design. And yes, it is once again a steam locomotive with an exciting history, as we will find out later. The prototype, the 141 R1244, has its home in Bruck, Switzerland, and is in excellent condition. Consequently, the model will also reflect the current status, that is, Era 6.
Ihr Geburtsort ist Kanada.
Its birthplace is Canada. You can see that from the sign, Montreal Locomotive Factory. These locomotives were delivered to the French State Railroad after the Second World War because everything there was in ruins. Even before the end of the war, a pilgrimage was made to America and a locomotive type was selected there. The choice fell on this Mikado. 5 North American locomotive factories then delivered 1,350 of these locomotives to France to support reconstruction.
Nach Frankreich geliefert zum Wiederaufbau.
One of them came to Switzerland in 1975, where the Mikado 1244 Association was founded. It organized numerous special trips. The locomotive was operational for a long time before it needed a complete overhaul.
Und dazu haben wir etwa 12 Jahre gebraucht. Und im Jahre 2011
And that took us about 12 years, and it went back into operation in 2011. Since then it has been operational. We maintain it. We have 2 or 3 trips every year. We have made a number of improvements, and now we are very happy with the locomotive and can set off at any time.
Können jederzeit losfahren.
Ja, es ist sehr erfüllend, weil die Resultate...
Yes, it's very fulfilling, because the results are visible back there. It's very rewarding to see what you achieve together as a team. And that is also an essential core of the railroad. One person alone cannot achieve anything. It is always the interaction of many people who do many things very well. And being able to reap these benefits is very, very nice. And when the 192-ton engine slowly picks up speed, it is always a dreamy moment. It's not a French make, but an American one. That's the difference, and it has no quirks. It's such a good-natured locomotive, very forgiving of almost all mistakes, especially the stokers, because it produces such great steam. You can get out of any situation in no time at all, because it's simply made for practical operation.
Weil es einfach betriebspraktisch gemacht ist. Das ist die amerikanische Lokbauschule.
That's the American Locomotive Building School of Thought. It differs significantly from the European one. The locomotive has a frame made of one steel casting. Only America did it that way. And then these wheels, and of course the powerful boiler and the robustness of all parts. There are practically no screws. It's all plugged together, all castings. And this American construction method, that's the fascinating thing. It's not very economical. It needs a lot of water, it needs a lot of oil. But it's just so much fun to drive this thing on the track and feel the forces at work. A very dreamy moment.
Unheimlich Spaß mit diesem Teil auf der Strecke zu fahren. Und diese Kräfte zu spüren, die da am Wirken sind.
The half-O model holds a similar fascination. It simply stands out. The wheels alone. It has box block wheels, not spoke wheels. The first series of this locomotive still had spoke wheels. This is a locomotive from the second series, recognizable by the high road number 1244 and the smoke deflectors. The locomotive is beautifully shaped, an eye-catcher. There are many small details on this locomotive. The lettering is absolutely true to the original, and other features are also a joy to behold. We have a smoke set installed as standard, cab lighting and engine lighting. And we've added another feature. It's an oil-fired locomotive, so there's no firebox in that sense. But in the original, you can see the oil combustion chamber, the flickering when it's running. And we have also reproduced this in the model. The hand sample made of molded parts is on the road here with 3 passenger cars, which are offered as part of the autumn novelties. Even the R1 radius is mastered by the attractive model. The buffer heights on the locomotive and tender corresponds to the NEN. The Mikado 1244 Association in Bruck has even more treasures to offer.
Ja, da haben wir noch Elektrolokomotiven.
Yes, we still have electric locomotives such as the AE47 and the AE66, which Märklin has already beautifully reproduced. We are currently refurbishing an AE361 from 1927. Then we still have shunting locomotives for shunting on the yard, and we have some passenger coaches on display. Because what is a locomotive without a train? It is also very important that we can transfer the know-how of the older generation to the younger ones, because we can't buy these services, the maintenance of historic locomotives on the market. This is know-how that we have to preserve here. The transfer of know-how between the generations is therefore a very important key to ensuring that this can continue in the future. Of course, this also applies to us model railroaders. Let's spread our enthusiasm for such beautiful models to the younger generation. Regardless of whether you are an AC or DC driver, it's the great driving characteristics of this model and its incredible wealth of details that make so much fun. This model really doesn't need to shy away from comparison. Thanks to the distinctive steam whistle, the origin of the Mikado is unmistakable. The nice thing about the locomotive is that you can order it immediately. Place your order. It won't be long before you have the locomotive on your own layout.